Hey everyone!
Hi, good afternoon.
Welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having a good day today. We are, relatively speaking,
Welcome to the show.
as I drop my cards. Welcome everybody. Hey, did I see somebody mention a birthday? Hey, Estelle, do you know what that means?
Happy birthday.
Would like, instead of a normal reading today, the birthday wish reading, we can bump you to the top of the list and give you your birthday spread today. Would you like that?
So let's go ahead and do the other
Well,
card.
we're going to do my oracle for sure first for everybody. Today I'm trying a new deck I got. It's actually not very new, though. I just never realized it was out there before. It's by what is his name? PC Cast and Colette Baron Reed. And I collect Colette Baron Reed decks. And it's apparently based on young adult novel series. And the cards are called Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle deck. They came out around 2012. I just never ran across them. But it's a beautiful deck. It's got the silver gilded, the nice silver sheen to the cards.
Hi, Angel Mary.
Oh, hey, Angel Mary. I'll get you on the list. I haven't seen you pop up yet on my...
Well, it looks like your thing is obscured there. Do you see that?
Yeah, it's by my chat window. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, it didn't scroll up for some reason. Let me
So
get
let's
you
pull
on.
that card.
I'll go over the list in a minute. We're gonna go now. These are very sticky, Mr. O, when you pull one because they're brand new for me. And it doesn't matter upright or reversed. It's just an oracle. Upright. Has a number on it too. I'll need that when you pull it.
Number 32. Whoops.
Uh-oh.
That's the one I want.
All right. What do you got?
32. Self-worth.
Ooh, self-worth. Okay. Let's see what we got here. When you draw this symbol, you are asked to consider what value do you place on yourself in your life? Do you believe in yourself, or do you behave in a way that tells others you are not worthy? All my children act with self-respect, no matter the circumstances they come from. Self-worth and self-esteem mean that you will not allow yourself to be led into compromising situations. Love yourself, for I, Nyx, love you dearly and want the best for you. Act as though you are worthy of only the best, and you shall have it. Keep your head high.
And I suppose it bears mentioning that the House of Night...
Well, it's the House of Night, and they talk about Nyx.
It's a young adult popular novel series, PC Cast. Right. I've seen it in my library often, and it's probably not as popular as when it first came out, but there's a number of volumes about it. It's kind of in the trend of most of the young adult fiction these days.
Okay, today's your birthday. So, Estelle, are you in? Do you want the birthday spread? Just say yes or no.
Hi, Angel Rivera.
Oh, we got 2 angels in a row on the list. Hey there, Angel. Good to see you. I am going to get a deck ready in case you say yes. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. I brought that one back out today by Chris Ann. And while Estelle is deciding, we are going to show our decks. Okay. Go ahead, show your decks first.
So I have the Nefertari.
That's blinding as well, Mr. O.
That's the 5 of Coins or Pentacles. And then I have the Tarot of the Northern Shadows.
Yeah, I like that one.
And that's the moon, or the sun, rather. And then I have the Mermaid Tarot.
The Mermaid Tarot's back. Woohoo! Getting it ready for Super Tarot Love Month, Mr. O?
Could very well be. That's the Queen of Swords.
Oh.
You pierce me with your love.
Oh, dear. All right. Is that it?
That is it.
Well, I brought out the Light Seers Tarot again. Here is the 9 of Wands.
Oh, look, we have another interesting message there. Somebody else has a
Angel,
birthday.
you must get one too. Uh-oh. You did read the first book of the PC Cast series. Okay. Wow. That is awesome. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Light
friend.
Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. I'm just going to get through this real quick. The Healing Light Tarot by Christopher Butler. There's the 10 of Cups in that deck. I see we decided to leave the doors open because honest, for a while there was sunlight. The sun seems to be behind clouds once more. And then I've got the Golden Girls Tarot. We'll keep the Golden Girls around a little longer. I just love this deck, actually. I'm kind of
that might work out during Super Tarot Love Month too.
Maybe.
Because a lot of times, most of their stories were about their romantic aspirations.
And then I've got the Healing Light Lenormand by Christopher Butler as well. And this one, of course, is the path, the crossroads almost in this case. So, that's what we're using today. Oh, I see Sanjib has joined us. I will... Hi,
Sanjib. Happy New Year to everyone. Hey, E.T. Hi, Stephanie.
Okay. I think Asel has not answered us. Asel, did you want that reading? I'll tell... let me go over the list right now, too, is what we have. We have My Sweet Christina. We have Libra Cusp. We have Asel. We have Sonu. We have Mama T. We have Josephine, Lisa Gregg, Sonali, Divine You, Angel Mary, Angel Rivera, and Sanjib, I think. Oh, and Esoterics. Hey, Esoterics, welcome. I gotta DM you about something later, Esoterics. I got something to tell you. I just wanted to fill you in on something. But that'll be later. And,
yes, Asel does want that.
Okay.
So let's go.
So here's the situation. I'm crossing their names out on the list because they go to the top. And I hope everybody doesn't mind. It is their birthdays. Asel came in the room first and then Angel Rivera. And by the way, on your birthday, please let us know and you'll get a birthday spread as well. All right.
Unless you all have your birthday on the same day.
Yeah, it would be kind of tough. This is tough doing too, so we're going to roll right through it for you. And Angel and Asel, remember that you can always listen to the tape again, whenever you need to refresh your memory on this. Because this is like a year-long reading for you.
Alrighty.
All right. So basically, I hope you have a wish in mind to sell. You do not have to tell me. But this is basically, hopefully, in regards to what is happening in regards to your wish, in the year ahead. Your dreams, goals, and desires. Here you go, Mr. O.
Righty.
And the spread itself, there, it kind of looks like a birthday candle with the flame stretching out there. That's the concept when I created this spread. I can't remember. It seems like there was an author years ago. I think it was Jarena Dunwich. I'm not sure. But somebody else did a birthday candle type spread that was a little bit shorter. And I kind of memed and created my own off of that because I thought it was such a good idea.
So, my arthritic fingers almost collapsed on that riffle there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know.
Those are more cardboardy. Yeah, that's right.
It's
They're
not a good indication. I need to take out more insurance, I think.
Okay.
Will you insure my tarot card dealing fingers?
Ah.
Okay, first card.
Okay, the first card in this spread is the 8 of Pentacles. I'm going to lay this out here so I can see it. These are the lessons you have learned in this past year regarding your wish. Wow, well, you know what? I kind of think you've learned to sell that anything worth worth desiring is worth putting the effort in for. You've really learned that you're going to have to put yourself out there to get what you desire.
The card really speaks to the idea that you knew you had to work, you had to take skill training of various sorts, or you had to go through a process where you acclimated or learned the process to do what that was.
Well, I know it's about business, a lot of times the Eight of Pentacles, true. But in other scenarios, it could just mean that, you need to put effort behind your goals, dreams, and wishes. Card number 2 is the recent past, the last 3 to 4 months. What's been happening in regards to your wish? Well, the Emperor's reversed, but remember, this is in the past, the last 3-4 months. And I think basically what it's saying is that there was kind of a feeling of a sense of not having a handle on the things you needed to do in order to obtain your goals.
Furthermore, it may have been that you had a particular direction you wanted to point things in, but you weren't able to affect that.
So what do the next 6 months look like in regards to obtaining what you desire most? We've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And, all right, so the next the next 6 months, obviously there's going to be some downturns to sell. Not everything is going to be, the wheel can't always move in the positive direction. So expect the next 6 months to be just a little rocky,
Yeah, from a secular point of view, it may be that there might be some ups and downs. So you might feel 1 week or 1 month to the next that things have shifted a little bit, because it's kind of the nature of the wheel that things are just sort of shifting around. So there may be some highs, there may be some lows.
Yeah. And just write it out. That's the best thing to do, is just write it out. So what obstacles will you have to overcome in this next year to obtain what you want, or ways in which you can obtain your wish? Wow. Well, you know what? It takes inner strength and resolve. So the obstacle is, maintaining that. I mean, oftentimes, you have this possibility of a downturn in the next 6 months. And so how do you respond to that? Do you respond from a place of strength, or do you respond from a place of weakness?
Exactly that. I can't add a lot to that. I think it just means that basically you may be drawn to feel you can force some things, and that kind of thinking is wrongful. That's the obstacle actually to your progress, is trying to force things. Some things have to grow organically or in its own time.
So the outlook for getting your birthday wish by your next birthday. Well, if it was about relationships, bingo. That looks really good. But even if it's not, what it indicates to me is kind of a coming together. That you are coming together with something that will bring you great joy, which means ultimately to me, you have a really good chance of getting what you desire.
It seems to me like maybe it's just being able to be in tune or trust with the overall situation, any of those energies. If there are particular people who might be involved in this, then you need to harmonize to what those energies are too.
I'm sorry. That's card 5, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the progress towards your wish by year's end. Obviously, I think you're progressing. This is the outlook for getting it by your next birthday. Okay, so sorry, I wish I could switch them, but I can't. So you have the Tower after all of that. I feel as though what's going to happen is this doesn't say you get what you desire. You get it, but there's some eye-opening experience, some big awakening after you've gotten it.
It may very well be that basically that end result that we're talking about, that outlook, is about what lesson you have to undertake. And unfortunately, it looks like this may be a lesson that's brought about by some sort of episode or circumstance that is strong, big, and just sort of weighing in there like that.
I think there's definite opportunities here to, you're on course for it. But there's going to be some shakeups, and I don't know if it has anything to do with that downturn of the wheel over here, the Wheel of Fortune.
It could be that what it is also saying is that when it's all said and done, when it's all over, that there will be a big lesson learned, and that maybe, it does come at some, commensurate
some
price.
Personal cost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not terrible, terrible. Don't get all upset when you see the towers. Sometimes it's not all earth-shaking. And I will remind people, this is a birthday reading, but I can't always guarantee I'm going to give you a positive outcome, but at least it gives you some idea of what to expect in the year ahead. So, Estelle, good luck and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Estelle.
All right. Angel Rivera, we're going to do yours right now. And after Angel Rivera, we'll go to the readings. My Sweet Christina, Libra Cusp, Sonu, Mama T, Josephine, Lisa G, Sonali, Divine You, Angel Mary, Sanjib, and Esoterics.
It's a piece of birthday cake.
All right.
So make a wish, Angel Rivera.
Well, or just think about your goals and desires for the year ahead. We don't need to hear it. All right, we'll get to you right after we're done with Angel Rivera, my Sweet Christina. He's got a birthday one coming. We will check that out. That's an interesting question, though. All right.
Yes, it is.
So, Angel Rivera, you are a Capricorn. We have Moon in Capricorn. Hi, Sonali. I do have you on the list. You're further down the list. We'll go over the list once we're done with this birthday reading. Okay. All right. The first one is the Seven of Cups reversed, and that's the lessons you've learned in this past year regarding your wish. I'll let you go first, but it's not that I don't have an idea. I went first a lot last time, so go ahead.
Well, the lessons you may have learned is that you might have had to pare down some different ambitions. Maybe there were some things that were really enthusiastic for you or that you were really counting on working on, and you had to change a lot of that. Gee, I can't imagine why. But you decided that perhaps it was better to just focus in one area over a number of areas.
Yeah, Angel, multitasking is not what it's cracked up to be. I think that clearly, some focus, you realized that you needed to focus more on what is most important to you. If you're going to, start there, do work on what's most important to you. But of course, we all had a lot of upsets last year and maybe had to shift some of our focus and thinking.
I sort of feel that could be a new, rendition on that. Mm-hmm.
So the recent past, the last 4 months, what's been happening regarding your wish? Well, maybe you've started to feel like some burdens have been easing a little bit. It's been a little less stressful, with this new normal or
Ten of
whatever.
Wands reverse.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. So go ahead.
It just may feel overall like you, in a curious way, some obligations you've been freed from. You may find that you just have some movement in another direction that makes you be more in charge of your own, goals or situations.
Okay. Card 3 is future trends the next 6 months. Well, we're on a trajectory here. This is the Nine of Swords reversed. And so I think what it's saying is that some of your stresses and worries are starting to ease up. And remember, that's going to be within the next 6 months. It's going to seem like, burdens are easing. Things are becoming less stressful.
I think a lot of us were in this position, too, that, with what was going on this last year, we were really worried about stuff. And some of it was like abstract because we just didn't really have any way of knowing for sure how true it would be for us individually, how we would experience this. So this is kind of saying that we gave that up or we learned how to compensate with that. And theory number 2 did not work out.
Yeah, Mr. Sunny has arrived, and I gave them some uber catnip thinking it would make him pass out.
But no, it's like he's really hopped up. Come here and lay down.
Okay, so obstacles to overcome in this next year in order to obtain your wish. Ways in which you can obtain your wish.
Will you lay down?
Okay. Again, I think this ties into the first card, the Seven of Cups, a little bit. The Eight of Wands reversed. It's like quit wasting your energy. What you're going to find is the obstacles here is wasting your energy and time on the things that aren't as important to you.
Yes. Well, I'm not sure how you said it because I was saying
obstacles to overcome in this next year in order to obtain the wish.
But what did you say about that?
I just said that you found out and you're going to realize that you can't keep expending your energy. I did say it went along with that Seven of Cups because it's kind of like you should have learned that lesson, back in the past year. And now you're finding, even as you're going forward, that you're spending too much time on the things that don't matter.
Well, I was going to say that maybe this is in a more general way, that this is about energy flow, that the obstacle is how you modulate your energy, how much time you put into things, but also, too, the amount of energy you have. And that could be different factors, too, because sometimes when we're more motivated, we have more energy to do certain things because we're enlivened by it.
Okay, so progress made towards achieving your wish by year's end. See, I always get the better card in the second from the last position, don't I? Look at that. The Nine of Cups. It just seems like,
things are going to be hopeful,
things are
wishful,
falling into place. You just feel like it's a matter of time.
It's also a lot, too, about, basically maybe what I just talked about, enjoyment of something, like the thrill of enjoying something really activates, because this is talking about a lot of happiness or pleasure that you feel from this.
Joy, happiness, pleasure, your wish fulfilled. But will it be? Why, I think it might be. You have the King of Swords. The outlook for getting your birthday wish by your next birthday. Well, maybe it's because you have chosen wisely to focus more on what's really important. This is about making good choices, making good decisions, sound judgment. The ruler with that thinks wisely. I think it looks good, Angel.
Yeah, it's really about just taking charge and just really being the person who's in charge of your path. That's another way that I like to look at that. So
yeah, it's because you cut to the chase finally and you started really focusing on the important things. Well, I hope you like that, Angel. I hope that worked for you.
So happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
To everyone.
Wow, 2 birthdays. Awesome. My son, Mr. Monster's birthday is coming up as well. His is next Friday, right? Saturday. Yes.
Saturday, yeah. The 16th.
Yep. All right,
fantastic.
We can go through the list now, guys. So thanks for being patient and letting us do the birthday readings first. So we have My Sweet Christina's next. She had a question posted. We had Libra Cusp after that. Sonu, Mama T, Josephine, Lisa, Sonali, Divine You, Angel Mary, Sanjib, and Esoterics.
So I guess I'll use a tarot. I'll use the Nefertari. And I saw that question there.
Oh, hey, you're very welcome.
You are
welcome.
welcome.
Definitely remember this date, and that we did the readings at the beginning of the show. They'll be archived there on YouTube, so hey.
Okay, so it's kind of a twofold question.
Yeah.
How do you want to do that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Did spirit knock down my containers? Was it a spirit that I don't work with?
Let's
ask that first part as a yes/no. Let's do that with your cards.
All right, here you go. And Sunman's being a good boy.
Thus far. Is he on camera? He probably isn't.
No, he isn't.
I see your hand petting him.
And he was a little bit drooly, though, so I imagine it's from the super catnip. But not too bad.
It was called Happy Nip. I thought for sure it would put them in a stupor.
Well, one of the other ones is nearby, and she appears to be in a semi-stupor.
All right. Got him?
Yes.
You want me to count? All right.
Yes, please.
Well, I don't know. It's leaning towards no on the part of the question that was about, did spirit knock down your containers?
So it doesn't seem to think that maybe it is a spirit, but we do have these two other cards to look at.
Yeah, we have the Emperor card upright.
Mm-hmm.
And the beautiful Sun card upright.
Well, I'm just going to hazard a guess and say that could the energies that are going around now are coming to you maybe from a living source, something that is not a past source. Is it possible that there are people who have poltergeist energies around them or psychic energies around them? Or
you think it's somebody else's spirit, possibly?
No, I don't think it's a spirit per se. I'm wondering if it's somebody who's alive who has energies to do these kind of things, unconsciously or consciously.
Well, then...
Because we asked the question as a yes or no, and so it says it's leaning towards no. So, of course, I'm assuming that this is still real, that it's not the wind blew them over, you know.
Do you want to should we...
Yeah, I think, well, I don't know.
I think...
like a whole general idea there? What is it?
I think we should just look at what this could be.
Yeah, we're going to look at what it could be.
The Emperor is kind of an interesting card there. I mean, it seems like it wouldn't be something malicious necessarily.
Well, I'm no expert in all these things. I certainly am not. But I just sort of think that sometimes people have energies that maybe are unconscious and just manifest for different reasons.
Did you shuffle already?
I did not.
I think you did.
But I don't even necessarily want to put that out there as the first line. The simplest thing or the easiest to understand solution is probably the most likely. I guess like Sherlock Holmes would say.
You sure have some interesting stuff going on there, my sweet Christina.
Okay.
We have the Four of Wands, which is kind of interesting to me. I'll get into that in a minute. We also have the Two of Cups. And then we have the Knave of Cups reversed. So the Four of Wands, I don't know, when I saw that card, I just thought of your home environment for some reason.
Well, they mentioned this too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but I mean, I just thought that card symbolized your home environment.
Okay, so then...
And the two could indicate it's somebody living with you.
That's what they're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, it's somebody that could be, I'm just saying, if you said there's energy attached to someone, I do think it's probably somebody in that environment. The Knave of Chalices is interesting because, I mean, sometimes there's masculine associations with that, sometimes not. I think it definitely means somebody younger.
Well, the Knave is more like the Page, so it's less masculine, but it could be, right? I mean, it's sort of iffy.
Looks somebody younger to me, and maybe just lacking a little bit of maturity or the ability to control this.
Well, sometimes if energies are unconscious,
then
it may indicate maybe emotional struggles or emotional situations that maybe are causing this overfluxing of the energy. And of course the cups does pertain more to emotionalities of a person or of a situation. So I am wondering too, maybe because you mentioned it, but also Banshee saw that, I think, too, before she saw your comment, that maybe there's just something, about the energies of the other person. I still wouldn't totally rule out the idea of the spirit kind of thing, too, because you said you work with them, and so just maybe working with energies could attract other energies, too. But you probably know about that, too, so.
Yeah. I think this person, whoever it is not, doing it necessarily deliberately.
Yeah,
because, when you look at that Page of Chalices, it's kind of like the pages talk about the unconscious and the dream level.
Exactly.
So
I don't feel this is malicious necessarily. I don't think that they're So I don't know, I don't want to say that I'm totally right or wrong here. I mean, it could be a spirit. I don't know.
It could be, Christina. I'm going to get into this because, look, you have 27, which is the letter here. So someone or something is sending a message of some sort, maybe. Ooh. And then I've got the mice, which I never like to see either, because what it means is, in my opinion, in this case, is it's kind of being a little bit malicious or not. Not necessarily dark evil, but just being...
It's not a noisy spirit. It's a needy spirit.
It's annoying. That's
annoying too. But see, mice to me are always about needy things, and I'm thinking maybe if there is a spirit kind of energy or wherever it's coming from a need emotion. Like maybe... Even if it's subconscious from a person, they don't realize that their energies are needy and are causing these things to happen because it looks like somebody wants attention. So I don't know what you should do if the sage isn't helping.
So that's what we have for you, my sweet Christina. Good luck with that. Hey, Libra Cusp, you are up, and then Sonu, Mama T, Josephine, Lisa, Sonali, Divine You, Angel Mary, Sandra, Ben Esoterics. So, yeah, that's a very interesting question. The spirit world never ceases to amaze me. Hey, you're very welcome.
Well, we've had some little things happening that we see from the corner of our eye, but we haven't totally decided for sure what it is. There's a couple theories for us.
Libra Cusp. Oh, there you are. Mm-hmm. Okay, what's coming towards you?
You use the deck. Or do you want me to?
Did we use yours last time?
We did, but it's here now.
Okay.
We used yours twice in a row.
Hey, I'm just itching to use the Golden Girls, All right.
Well, maybe you do have part of that right. The itchy. And I'm a little bit tired this afternoon.
I was yesterday.
I did get up early, though. I was up before 6. Yeah. 6 our time.
I think I did get a little better sleep last night than the night before. All right.
Cut.
Oh. Well, silly me. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. We have the King of Cups upright. Is that the Tower? What is that? The Devil?
Yes, that's the devil.
It's the Devil, and it is reversed. And then we have the Lovers reversed. Wow.
Well, what's coming for you? It may be a situation where you might have to really show love, especially in the face of somebody maybe who is choosing to try to be better, to maybe cast off some bad habits or some obsessions. So maybe you're giving emotional support, counseling to this person. Maybe they're a person who is starting to realize that they've been choosing the wrong way. The Lovers and the Devil are sort of like in a symbiotic relationship, whether they're both reversed, both upright, maybe a little bit varied when one or the other is. But I sort of see this parallel between them, like it's about lessons being learned or about the bad choices you make, and also about trying to be a better person by learning how to alleviate yourself from obsessions or bad behaviors. So I think you're this person. I think you're this person trying to help them. So maybe somebody you care for. No, you don't. Okay, well,
no, go ahead.
I think I've kind of said enough, so it's your turn.
I see this as being you for sure, Libra Cusp.
Okay.
But it's not, I'm not relating this to you helping somebody else. The way I kind of see it is I think you have decided that, you know, you're disappointed in some of the choices you've been making. And this is probably in relationships and emotional issues of some sort. And you are breaking free. You are breaking free from this cycle of making what you feel have been some very bad decisions. And you are now mastering your emotions, you know, instead of letting your emotions get the better of you.
Well, whoever it is, whether it was you or whether it was somebody that I thought you were helping, but I can see what Banshee's saying is that this is really about giving up codependency situations. It's about basically stopping enabling bad behavior, whether that behavior is yourself or whether it's others who kind of create that apparatus around you to hold you in place, and that you can free yourself to move ahead, but you have to get rid of that kind of behavior in yourself or in others.
That's very true too. The devil is about release and freedom, you know. So you're freeing yourself from these negative thought patterns and habits and situations and moving towards, you know, getting more control, regaining control in the emotional side of things. All right.
Okay, so hold on for the Lenormand, and you're welcome.
Okay, so,
There's that scythe.
There's that scythe, and look what it's pointing at. It's pointing at the fish. So, you know, this could potentially mean a downturn with income or money or the flow of resources. But, you know, considering this question was really talking about more emotional issues here, I would almost think it's saying, you know, cut some of the, what's the word?
Well, I keep thinking of the "you're not the only fish in the sea" analogy,
Right,
if I wanted to put that towards emotional things or relationships. But I'm not sure that I'm doing that exactly here.
Well, I'm looking at this going at that, and I'm thinking it's saying is, you know, take your time and really make sure that you are not, I think it's saying cut the idea of having to play the field or having to surround yourself with a lot of people, you know, I would say in the emotional realm, relationships.
Fish, of course, sort of sound like Pisces, but they could also sound too just like the idea of sensuality in general. Thank you, Sunman.
Well, and you know, I would say in this case here, maybe it's just the abundance of emotion. So in other words, I think what it's saying again is to cut some of your emotional entanglements, cut some of the things that are draining you emotionally, and regain this control.
That's kind of a BAM.
It's kind of a BAM. Yeah.
All
Good
right.
luck with that, Libra cusp.
So thank you. And I know
it.
You bad
what
boy.
What the heck? You let that happen.
Elevator butt struck.
Sorry about the camera. There's that.
It was a victim of Sunman's elevator
You know, and I tried to block him off, didn't I? How did he do that?
His tail got under the wire.
No,
so
how did he get around me here? Did he come that way?
I don't
That's
remember.
on you. Did he jump over? Oh, dear. Sonu, you are up. It's your turn. And then Mama T, Josephine, Lisa, Sonali, Divine You, Angel Mary, Sanjib, and Esoterics. Did I miss anyone coming into the room? I don't think so. Alan. Mr. A.
I told you to never call me that.
See what you did? Our secret identity is blown.
Now I can never save the universe. Alas.
Oh, this will be a great blooper someday for our next anniversary. All right. So Sonu, you are up. There you are. Okay.
I can't do anything with this.
Okay, why he wants to marry you? Okay, his true intentions.
A mermaid deck?
Well, it's really interesting indeed. Well, here, let me take that back. Okay, mermaid deck. Keep using your decks, Mr. O.
What are we going to do with this one?
He's there. What am I supposed to say? I can't even get the chair out. There. In case he wants to jump down. Why are you here? Why aren't you sleeping somewhere? Now we get to see Sunny's fur coat. Yes, we did a few bloopers or scenes, I think, for one of our videos, didn't we? Like that? We did.
Something like that.
We'll do it again.
Strangest moments or something.
I think we had we had some different highlights of our year. Yeah, that one where Sunny took down the set. That. When was that? I can't even remember. That was pretty... Actually, I might have been last fall, winter, right? Was it that long ago?
Sunny is always taking down the set. We could do just a blooper reel on that. How many times has Sunny knocked over the cameras?
And I am about to buy new lighting soon, and he is the reason we have to buy new lighting.
So...
Oh, your cards are still up there.
Yeah, but nobody could tell because he was in front of them. So it didn't really matter. And
let's take a look at Saurabh's intentions here and see what we get. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, you can do it that way.
First card is the Six of Chalices. Then we have the Devil reversed.
Wow.
Had
That's
that.
come up again.
And then we have the Queen of Chalices. So we have...
Is that upright?
It's upright. Oh. So we have two chalices, which is talking about the emotional stuff.
Okay, well, this is interesting because I feel like, they think a lot of you in some ways. They do respect you. They may, in fact, love you. The Queen of Cups here. They feel that you are somebody who's very giving. The Six of Cups is upright. Have you known them a long time? Have you known them for years, since childhood, please?
I'm trying.
Okay. So, I'm just wondering about that because it seems like, or you may remind them of somebody from their past. I mean, I think that's possible too. That you make them think about happier days and happier times. The Devil reversed might indicate to me that, maybe they're serious about, they seem to like their freedom. It's clear they seem to like their freedom.
Right, I see that. I see mostly what you saw, that there's...
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we're just having problems here, and I'm almost out of this reading in a way because he's so distracting to me. He
actually was pawing on the chat and moving the chat. Okay.
It just seems like there are conditions from the past that are sort of emotionally hard to get around, and some of them may be creating an image that's not real, an idealistic version that maybe somebody wants to have. With the Queen of Chalices itself, this can go either way with its reversed idea being that it's overly imaginative. So with that Devil there reversed, a lot of this, I think, too, is just maybe not having something more positive to take the place of that, or something different to focus on, a different kind of aesthetic there of sorts.
I feel like the thing to me, the way I looked at the cards, when I see that Devil card reversed, I'm thinking, well, he thinks a lot of you. You bring happiness to him, but until he gets out of this idea of wanting to be free and, live that life of, having a lot of people and other women in his life, that's a problem. It seems to be a problem for now, despite that. But I do think some of his intentions towards you are pure. It's just that he does not want to settle down. I just think.
I mean, the devil in itself talks about obsessive nature, so this is really saying your hope, I guess, is that he would not be that way, or that you're remembering also too a time in the past where maybe he was less so to you. I think so. The Queen of Chalices says that this is your choice to make, more or less.
It's true. I think in this case, yeah, you definitely have like the upper hand here to decide what to do.
So Lenormand.
Well, this is kind of an interesting combination in your case, Sonu. So we have the park here, the garden. And then we have Clover, which is luck and fortune and fate. I'm trying to figure this one out because to me, it's almost sounded like...
other opportunities will arise.
Yeah, that either you will have other opportunities or the thing is, fate has to change this. I mean, right now, he's feeling like he can just play the field. The garden and park is like real set networking and socializing and stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe you have to play the same game here, and just say, hey, I can't wait forever, and I will start looking for someone else who is worthy of my attention. I mean, it may come down to that point that there may be some luck in saying that.
Mm-hmm. Right, that it might be able to make an influence.
It's just an odd combination here, considering the way the other cards were going. I get the feeling that he also feels that, that it's just a timing thing. He wants time to be able to have fun before he settles down and has a family. And is that fair to you? At some point, you have to ask yourself that.
Right.
And that's what we have for you. I hope that helps. So new. Hey, Mama T, you are up. And after Mama T is Josephine, Lisa, Sonali, Divine You, Angel Mary, Sanjib, and Esoterics. And we still have plenty of time. Mm-hmm. Even doing 2 birthday readings. Not bad, Mr. O.
Woohoo.
I guess because we're not babbling about our plans or anything. Okay, Mama, let's see what you got. Wow, that's a toughie. Well, let's see what we get on that. How do you want to do that, Mr. O?
I say start with a yes or no just to get it out in the open, and then maybe look at it from there.
So let's see if anything evil's coming through here or something you need to watch out for.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. A lot of people think that right now for any number of reasons, but a lot of them are more astrological than anything, that there's just energies around, various combinations of planetary energies and various things that maybe are making doors easier to open or making other manifestations easier to happen. Please don't do that. Someday.
Yeah, and the other thing is that they have been talking about a lot of... it's not just insomnia, a lot of different sleep disturbances associated with our, quarantine and all the different things that have been going on because of the COVID.
It's a good point to consider that maybe, some of this is just a lot of subconscious issues stressors working on people because... there's not necessarily a great way to do it during your waking hours, and so it just kind of bottles up in you as you sleep, and maybe your dreams will unsuppress it. But let's see what we think.
Mr. O occasionally scares me in his sleep.
You mean like I come to you in a dream?
No, when you do the little scream thing.
Oh,
Did you cut him?
I whimper. No, I didn't. I whimper like a little baby.
Well, sometimes it's worse than that. It sounds like either he's being choked or something. That doesn't happen a lot, but it has happened, and it's kind of freaky.
It's a little less than once a year. It's like about every 14 or 15 months. And I just like whimper. Yeah. When I have my dream, I know I'm scared, but I don't remember the dream or why I was scared. It just something was scaring me. What you got there?
I'll let you know. And there we are. Nope. It's leaning towards no, that there's nothing evil. We have the Empress up right here.
Which would be good.
Which would be good. And then we have the Page of Swords up right here.
Well, that could be saying that maybe there is something about expressing something.
I'm thinking.
Because this is usually the card of a communicator type of personality, and it's not even necessarily through the verbal arts. It could be somebody who expresses themselves through art in general. So they maybe have a way of expressing themselves by dancing or drawing or painting or something else.
Walking in their sleep in this case.
Walking in their sleep.
I know you didn't mention that. And the thing is, though, but he's right. There's a lot of things connected to communication in this card, but is something trying to communicate through him? Well, we're not getting that it's anything evil necessarily. The Empress, what do you say about the Empress in this case?
Well, if the Empress was a spirit, it would be a pretty beneficent spirit. It would be the kind of energies that belong to somebody who is compassionate and who wants to really help you grow, is somebody who's a helpful person, a mentor. So it could be that maybe this is just, if it is something at all like that, it just might be really challenging, and that maybe they're wrestling with that concept in their subconscious, because maybe they're like me and they don't want to do anymore. They just want to be lazy all day. And here's the spirit saying, no, I need you to do things.
You know, I'm looking at those two cards and I'm thinking about the Empress and just kind of going off in thought here. And I'm thinking to myself, the Empress has a very earth-oriented feel to it because it's about growth and nurturing. And I think of the earth energies and I think of grounding also. So I just don't know if maybe, you know, your husband needs grounding. He needs a little bit more meditation or kind of trying to relax before he turns in at night. You know, sometimes it's a matter of just turning the TV off or the computer off or the phones a half hour earlier so that all that blue light is not affecting us. It just seems like it might be something like that with the Empress. It's just saying you need to think of healing modalities. So there might be an underlying health thing. I'm not going to say it's anything serious. You know, it just could be stress. It could be just stress.
That seems a worthwhile avenue to pursue, at least before you decide you should move on to another idea, because it may be the most obvious thing that it is related to stress, and that he just needs some things to ground him, and that, you know, maybe if he had a little stress ball he could carry around at work or wherever he's at and just squeeze it. Or, you know, some people think like things like copper or coins of a certain metal carried on their person is grounding. So maybe.
You know, I usually do this thing sometimes when I sleep, and it's not just to help me fall asleep. And I think I got it from Matt Oren's book, Psychic Witch, but I'm not really sure. And it's basically, you know, when I'm asleep, I try to focus on my breath when I'm laying down. And I talk to myself as I'm breathing in. I focus on my breath. I'm breathing in now. I'm breathing out now. I'm breathing in now. And I'm breathing out now. And another woman who I got to see speak, Phyllis Curott, goes a little bit further with it and just says things like, I breathe in peace now, I breathe out peace. You know, so you could even make your own mantra in that regard. And if you focus on the breath, it kind of calms you and puts you in that mindful, relaxed state. So I just say, you know, you should try to kind of do some calming things and maybe it'll right itself. And focus on the breath. I'm going to pull some Lenormand. All right. There's those fish. And there's obstacles. It's really interesting because to me, what this is saying in regards to your question, Mama T, is that I feel that there's some obstacle to something coming out or flowing. So maybe something in his everyday life is bothering him on an unconscious level, and it's trying to break through, It's trying to break through.
That's a good point, because a lot of times fishes and the water can be a metaphor for the subconscious dreams, that kind of thing. Pisces are dreamy people, that all of those kind of associations with fish. To me, the other part, too, would be that, from just a practical point of view, it could be stress-inducing just because there are so many obstacles. And sometimes if you're a fish and it's uphill, up the mountain, it's just too challenging. So I'm just using a more simple metaphor to say that I'm wondering if it really is about stressful things. In terms of repeated cycles, that could just be the way sleep works. It's probably better to eliminate the most likely things.
And check into sleep apnea too, that's another thing, because I was just thinking here, this could be a sign of, airflow, maybe even though it's water, it's something is blocked, something that's trying to come through. And we do have the page of, that swords there, air.
Yeah.
So, and that could cause blood flow, all kinds of problems. So I would also try to rule something like that out too. And that's what we've got for you, and wish you luck with that.
All right, Mama T.
All right. We are moving on to Josephine. Are you with us, Josephine? Welcome back. And then Lisa, Sonali, Divine You, Angel Mary, Sanjib, and Esoterics.
This is crazy, Ken.
Right now with job. Okay. Well, sometimes the fish in a regular, in a reading that's more material oriented can be about money, the flow of money, the lack thereof, depending on the cards around it. So, yeah, I could see that. And you did have the obstacles there, the mountain, which is, that there's some blockages, some impediments. All right,
and
so Josephine, we're calling on you now. I'm going to use my Golden Girls now.
Okay.
Because you've been using your decks a lot.
But you used them the last time.
I know, but you did twice in a row, too.
You did twice in a row, too. Stay on your side.
That's why we have the table between us.
I wish the cat
Hey,
would
you're
leave.
welcome. Josephine, do you want to type the name?
Sure, I can do that.
We'll just give it a moment. We keep talking about giveaways and then we don't do them. But rest assured, giveaways are coming. Pay attention, Facebook and Twitter. I've decided to move ahead with those first, so they will be coming soon. I've been working on a little graphic for our Super Tarot Love Month. It's just going to be focusing on the fact that it's coming and to pay attention because there'll be lots of interesting content that month.
Yeah, we're going to probably do all kinds of things. We have a couple zany things, and I don't know if we have a date yet for the Super Bowl, or is there going to be a Super Bowl?
There is going to be a Super Bowl, of course. They're in the playoffs now.
Is it in February?
I have to be the football person here.
But
yes?
is it in February?
Yeah, but it's going to be. When did they say the Puppy Bowl was?
I didn't.
The Puppy Bowl was this February 7th. I usually watch the Kitten and the Puppy Bowl, and then the commercials for the Super Bowl.
If you watched our Super Tarot
there's
Love
Josephine.
Week last year, we did our prediction for the Super Bowl, and we're
going to do it
right.
again. And I'm going in totally blind this time. I was pretty blind last time, but going in totally blind. It's just that I know sports better than Mr. O. All right, so what is my subconscious and spirit guides communicating to me that I'm ignoring? Okay, a valid question.
To ask a golden girl.
Yeah, we'll use the Golden Girl Tarot, absolutely.
If only Sunman would leave.
Speaking of golden. Right there. You can't protect it. I think I have to be the keeper of the camera from now on. Hey, that's an idea. Well, the camera...
You want to shake on that?
Yeah, I think I should have the cards by me. If he's sitting by you all the time...
Well, right now he isn't.
Well, he's sitting by the screen. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, Mr. O, but here it's
I'm
your
willing to
turn
shake it up
show.
a little bit. I think it might...
How about keeping that off of him, if you can? Sonny, why are you doing this? Aww. It's because we
There
keep
goes
enabling him.
The whole set is
I suppose if we just ignored him, maybe he would go away. But he's so adorable.
the kitten bowl, or whatever they call it. Yes, I like that one too.
Yes, the kitten bowl. I like them both, Angel. I mean, I like dogs. I grew up with a dog. But I am a cat person at heart.
Right, we're both cat people, but I grew up with dogs too. My mom still has 2 dogs.
All right.
All right.
Wow. Okay, so that question was, what is my subconscious and spirit guides communicating to me that I'm ignoring? We start with the 10 of Cups reversed.
Oh, you're right. Yes, okay.
And then we have the Queen of Wands upright. And then we have Justice upright. Well, I think what Spirit wants you to take to heart is that even if it seems like everything is going well, that you have a lot of what you need, there will be times of unhappiness. There's a balance here. The Justice card talks about balance, and the scales balance. Sometimes things go up and while other parts of your life go down, and they just want you to know that that's just a fact of it. And you have to try to do what you can to balance the scales, and not when things are not going your way, to not wallow in it, to not get depressed, and to realize that this will pass. These things are temporary.
Well, I tend to be the kind of person that feels that, a lot of things in the New Age sort of center around the idea that you have to always be positive, and if you are, nothing bad will ever happen. And I say, that's not true.
That's not true.
And so I do sort of feel like it's kind of like what Banshee's saying, but I think it's also saying, too, that there is things in your life and that you need to honor them in all ways. You need to honor the sad things, the things that you didn't want to happen, but hopefully you learned something and you were still able to grow and move beyond that. And so I sort of feel that that's what the Queen of Wands says, is that you preside over that some things maybe have their own inner nobility or inner strength or fire, and yet you just need to appreciate them at that level. You can't necessarily control everything.
So there'll be times when things are just going great and you have everything under control. And then there will be times of sorrows and feelings of emptiness. And, it's how you manage that. It's how you manipulate and manage these situations and not let them overwhelm you. Mm-hmm. I mean, for example, when things are going well, share with others, give to others, also realize that, and also be grateful for those moments when things are going really well. And when things are going down, I'm not saying to be happy about it. Don't worry, be happy. But just recognize, and feel it. Take the lessons away you need to and balance those scales once more. Don't let them upend the apple cart, You've got to keep moving. You got to keep going. No matter what life throws at us.
Well, I think that sometimes maybe Spirit says also don't ignore the fact that there is justice in life, that sometimes justice may move at a different pace or may not move in a way that everyone can see and appreciate, but there is some sort of sense of a cosmic justice, and so that maybe don't ignore that, because it will happen for you too at some point.
All right, let's see. We got the fox here. Look at Sunny. Here, could you take the fox for me? And we've got the key. Wow, what an interesting combination, because to me, it indicates the key is being smart as a fox. The key, I think, Spirit is trying to tell you is to be smart as a fox, and always try to be wise in these matters. Don't get overwhelmed emotionally by things. Use wisdom to unlock the keys to, how to turn bad situations into good ones.
Right. The lessons that you may be ignoring or that you could ignore would be that really this wisdom is really right there. The fox also tells me that maybe it's a part within yourself. It's actually instinctual. And so it's like that key is metaphorically within yourself. You have the power to turn the key. Don't ignore it.
That's what we have for you, Josephine. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hey,
Thank
Lisa. You. Lisa, you are up, and after Lisa is Sonali, Divine You, Angel Mary, Sanjib, and Esoterics.
And we have Zeneb and also Dr. Victor.
Oh, I didn't see you guys come in. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
We'll get you on the list, Zeneb.
It looks
You'll
like
be
Dr.
after
Victor was in
Esoterics.
first.
Huh?
It looks like Dr. V was in first.
Oh, Dr. V came first? Yes. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. So, Dr. V, you will be after Esoterics and then Zeneb. You have to hold your questions, Zeneb, because we have a list, so we got to go through the list.
All right, so who's next?
Lisa.
All right.
So go ahead and type Lisa's name in.
Sure. And you're welcome, Josephine.
I think the next thing on our agenda is our monthly modality messages, which will be coming up soon. We'll be getting up some announcements for some giveaways. We'll be doing some promos for Super Tarot Love Month. And I don't know what else. Oh, I hope everybody on Facebook and Twitter is liking the additional cards we're pulling from tarot and oracle decks that we own. We're picking decks that have messages or words on them themselves, and then kind of just giving a quick read from there.
And we're trying to go with alliterative ideas for the days of the week. So,
because we have enough decks.
Right, we have enough decks, right. We could even do numbers, probably.
But I'm going to be using the same decks for a little while, till maybe later.
But give an example, like what is Monday?
Monday is Mantra Monday, because I've got the morning mantras and the night mantra deck. So that'll be that. Yeah, I've only given Mr. O 2 days a week right now, but I do have more oracle decks than him. We have talked about this.
So today was Mystic Sea Sundays, where I used a card from the Navigator Tarots of the Mystic Sea, which some followers here may remember that I've used a few times.
Really? Holy moly, Lisa. Do you want to use the deck?
Ooh, yes I do.
Okay.
Let's go to the Nefertari.
Hey, we're getting a lot of spirit questions, and it's really interesting to me because, we've had our own, sort of activity. We have been seeing shadows and things not too long back. Was it maybe months back? You, and I think I heard a voice, but it's mostly been you lately that has been hearing voices.
Well, nothing real recent, except for that, hello!
Yeah, that's right. What was that about?
I thought it was her voice. I thought she was calling me from another room.
And he comes and says, "You calling me?" And I'm like, "What?"
It was such a distinct voice. It sounded like hers. But in the last several years, I've heard a voice that I thought was my mother's voice calling me. And my mom's still alive. So naturally I called her. And the last time she said, "No, but I was thinking of you." And I thought, "Gee, Mom, you go to bed at, so early." This was like at 2 a.m. or something. She goes, "Yeah, I was thinking about you, though." I love my mom.
All right, let's see what we've got here. This is
Yeah, it's an interesting question.
Let's see what message we get here, if any. Let's see. All right. There.
So our first card is the Knight of Swords, and they're reversed.
Reversed, okay.
And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. And that's upright. Are you getting a glim?
Yeah.
And then we have the Eight of Wands.
Holy moly.
Yes,
Holy
I know.
moly. Totally. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad
No,
necessarily.
it's definitely leading towards some sort of spirit activity.
I think you have somebody, and I'm wondering if it's connected to a family. That Ten of Pentacles, has a lot of ancestral
Bingo.
associations with it.
The dead move fast.
Well,
where did I hear that? That was a Dracula movie.
Dead move fast. I just think that the Eight of Swords, movement, yes, but it's also about moving energy. So it's energy moving on the move. So that, I think, is talking about your stuff moving around. I think they were sending you a message of some sort. But what kind of message? That Knight of Swords is reversed.
It looks a little divisive. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
almost wondering if maybe there was a particular person in your life who maybe you didn't always have the greatest relationship with, and that for some reason maybe they've been invoked somehow, or that they have some message to convey.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. But it's somebody that I feel, with that reverse, they're definitely trying to get your attention. And in a malicious, not evil. This one's not evil again. I would say
It's
in a
divisive,
malicious
though.
sort of way. And to me, it's a knight. It's funny. It might be a spirit that's on the move and will not stay. Because look at all that energy we have. We have that Eight of Wands. We have that knight. It just may, if maybe they're trying to get your attention because they want you to remember them. I don't know if there's any anniversaries of some.
Is the message about something in the family? Is that what's happening? They're trying to draw attention to some situation with the family?
I don't know, but I'm thinking that is there an anniversary or something of somebody's passing that maybe they wanted you to remember them. They wanted to let you know they're here, and in a way that you can't ignore. That's what it seems to me. It seems like when I see that Knight of Swords, it's kind of an aggressive or a little bit of a pushy energy about it.
Well, I would say if there's any persistence in this activity, then it is definitely trying to impart a message or create attention for itself. And you may want to, consider other options or more detailed reading from somebody, to maybe get a beat on this.
Who can really look into the spirit realm. I don't know why, but I'm sensing, I do know why. It's that Ten of Pentacles that I'm sensing it may be connected to family.
Right, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a biological family, or it could just be something that creates a solid foundation of people in your life somehow.
Well, I would be careful with the spirit. If you feel you need to sage. You have the snake here. So if I look at the snake and the Knight of Swords together, now I'm getting a different feel. Like there could be some, they're trying to see if they can get a rise out of you, if they can get you upset.
Well, remember I said it was maybe somebody who you didn't always have a great relationship with. I don't know that they were absolutely opposed to you. And what's that, the heart? Ooh.
Yeah, you want to rephrase that now?
Well, do you think that they're here to cause heartache of some sort?
Well, I think that they are here because they're upset about something, and maybe emotionally, or they're trying to upset you, and they're hoping to upset you by this behavior. So to me, it doesn't sound like it's physically harmful, but it sounds like it could be mentally and spiritually harmful. So I would suggest saging and just saying, I mean you no harm. I just would like to send you on your way, and,
Right. I mean, there is some possibility that maybe it was random, but if there's any persistency, any consistency in this thing being around, or little things happening, things moving around, then I suggest that it does constitute a sort of haunting.
The Ten of Pentacles, we did say the ancestral roots, but it just might also be relating to your home environment. I mean, it could just be talking about, this is happening in your home
It's connected to the actual building or environment.
Yeah, how long have you been there? I mean, is it a new place for you? If you've been there a while and you've never had activity, then it may be connected, like I said, to some familiar spirit or some spirit passing through that's just trying to see if, they can get a rise out of you. And if not, maybe they will move on. So I would just take control.
All right.
And good luck with that.
Thank you for that question.
Okay, we are on Sonali. Hey, Sonali, you're up. And after Sonali's Divine You, Angel Mary, Sanja,
The
Esoteric.
earrings had hearts.
Dr. Vincent, are you kidding me? And I thought that wand, seeing those 8 of Wands, was about the moving of them. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I think that just talks to the idea that there is some sort of energy there.
Wow, well, you definitely relate to this then, I think. Holy cow, Lisa. You have to keep us posted on this, definitely.
Yeah, I'll be curious to hear more.
But you may have to seek people other than us. If it gets to be escalating, you may need to seek somebody in your area.
We are no Ghostbusters.
Talents. Yeah. I kind of am a closet interest in it, and I think I could handle doing it now, but I'm not a Ghostbuster. I've just had experiences, so I certainly believe.
I think that these things don't freak me out. I mean, a couple things happened recently where I saw things recently, like something that was moving, and I thought it was my cat, and I said, that's not a cat, but I could see the definition of legs moving. It was kind of eerie in a way, but it didn't really frighten me. It was just sort of like, So I don't know, and I just didn't feel intent there at all. That was bad.
Okay, once we get there to the bottom of the list, I think Xana will be our last reading for the day. But we're going to go through the list again. Sonali is up, and then Divine You, Angel Mary, Sanjib, Esoterics, Dr. V, and Zeneb. I know we can fit all those in. Beyond that, I don't think so. Okay.
Let's go. And you're welcome, Lisa. 21 years. Wow. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking, and you have not had activities. So, there's just so much energy right now. Remember and think how many people we've lost to this coronavirus, how many souls may be wandering. I hate to think about it because I'm very empathic. And
does anyone know what a psychopomp is? It's a Greek term, and it used to refer to people who sort of helped guide the dead to the beyond. And so in the modern parlance, it's sort of people who maybe are mediumistic, and so they are understanding that there's a great amount of people that are crossing at this time, and so they try to do things to sort of help ease them on a little bit. I'm not sure what those practices are, but I've heard of a couple people doing that recently. Kind of interesting.
I just typed in Sonali's name, and if Sonali's not there, we'll move on to Divine You. But let's just give Sonali a moment, and we'll see.
And I don't know, it could just be a lot of stuff is going on. I don't know that it's necessarily the spirit world, but different philosophies have different reasons why they believe there is this activity or how to explain it.
Okay, I'm not
So I guess we're going to go on.
Sonali stayed. All right, I'm going to move them down to the bottom.
Excuse me.
Okay, so we are on Divine You. Divine You, you are up, and then Angel Mary, Sanjib, Esoterics, Dr. V, Zeneb, and Sonali if they come back. All right, let's see. Your deck was used last time, so we'll be back.
Was it?
Nope.
It was.
So Divine You still with us?
Hi, Divine. Are you there? Ooh. I think Mr. O needs a little nap after this.
Well, that's fine, Mr. O.
I think it was that pizza I ate for lunchtime. It was
we
a
had
little
leftover
filling.
pizza. It was
Jets.
so good.
Jets.
Detroit style, deep dish.
Please leave, Sunman. No.
Hold the camera.
I did.
Okay.
Still moving.
I think you have to move the camera. All right, Sonali is not responding. Oh, I'm not Sonali. Divine You is not responding either.
Nope.
Did you type their name in?
I did not.
All right. I'm going to start going through this list. Hey, maybe we'll get through this list faster.
We don't know. And we're card readers and we don't know.
Did you type it in? Oh, there it is. It takes forever. What's with my machine? Okay. So, Angel Mary, why don't you get your question ready, and then Sanjib will be after that. Esoterics, Dr. V, Zenab, Sonali, and Divine You.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm yawning incredibly right now.
And I'm not. You know how yawns are contagious? I refuse to give in. Hey, the sun has popped out behind me again. I see it shining on the cloth there, Mr. O.
Nothing could be better.
Oh, it's so good to see the sun, let me tell you. I refuse to close my blinds and put up our things today, hoping for some sun.
Yep. And we're getting our mid to late afternoon sunlight coming in our western window.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, what's coming to me in my love life soon? Okay, that's a good
Sounds like
question.
mermaids.
No, you're not. I have a feeling that mermaid deck is going to come out a lot on Super Tarot Lovely.
Yes. Maybe in honor we should do something specific for
Love month.
mermaids.
I said week, didn't I? I meant love month.
Well, we could do Mermaid Mondays.
I don't know if I'm going to switch up my decks for that, but we have some plans.
Fishy Fridays.
Oh, dear. Here. Shuffle.
But who knows what we'll actually try, because when you start talking about love, L-U-V, you never know what could happen.
Mr. O, the Scorpio speaking.
That was a line from an old punk rock song that maybe Gina, if she was here today, might remember. By the New York Dolls.
Whale Wednesdays.
Sita Sundays.
All right.
We'll have a whale of a time.
Wow. Okay. We have the Ten of Cups again, and it's reversed. Boy, this has been coming up a lot today, one way or the other. We have the Moon reversed. And we have the Two of Cups upright.
This is amazing, because all of these cards generally tend to deal with emotions and or emotional happiness or speculations.
For better or worse.
Yes.
So let's talk about that, Mr. O. What about that Ten of Cups there?
Okay, well, the Ten of Cups reverse is most likely indicating that something doesn't feel pleasing. Maybe it's a route of unhappiness that's based on some bad luck. I sort of think of it as multiple events, not like one event, like not one bad love affair, but maybe like just little minor emotional things happening that are upsetting, finding out that other people have turned their affections from you for various reasons or things like that.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. I mean, to take that one on its own, it's unhappiness, it's disappointment in affairs of the heart in a way, since that's what your question was about. So, this is maybe the starting point is, things have not been happy. And so where are they leading? We've got the Moon reversed here that I think indicates that something is going to be revealed soon. I don't know if it's like a message that will come to you, physically, or if it's going to be something here, inside of you that's just going to click finally and turn like a light on the subject. And the Two of Wands, look at that. How can you get more clear that there's relationships here? So what I think it means is that basically...
To me, I think it's about something that's more connected to family or home life of some sort.
Well, maybe, but I'm going to go with your question in your love life, and I'm just going to say that I think something, something is going to be revealed to you about what's making you unhappy. What is making you unhappy? Something's going to be revealed to you, and it's going to put you in a better position to, move forward in your life and find a relationship. Something is coming relationship-wise. But what will be revealed from that, it remains to be seen. I don't know. I'm getting mixed signals. I'm really kind of...
Well, there are some definite mixed signals here, but to me, I guess I wanted to clarify, because I don't think that it's not about love, but about family, but I'm thinking that it somehow has a connection to that.
Okay.
That maybe the person of interest comes through a family connection or something like that, or maybe if there's an extended family, it's a second or third cousin kind of thing, or it's somebody who has a connection to the family is possible there. But I think that it also seems to indicate that this just doesn't feel right, or just sort of feels like there's a question there that you need answered that isn't happening. This seems to be the mixed impression, though.
Yeah, this is really throwing me. And I think for a minute, I had a certain direction I wanted to take with these cards. And I took the Ten of Cups singly, and then I lost my thought of where I wanted to go with it. And I'm not sure what to say other than, maybe what this is indicating is that, sometimes relationships, that don't work, well, this is what's coming, though. Hold on. Why am I having a hard time with this? Because it almost seems like to me, it might be talking about past pain, maybe.
Do you want to turn another card just to see what it tells us?
I do. I want to look at the bottom card, which we do once in a while. And look at that. Doesn't that kind of talk about past pain in a little bit?
Yes, and maybe for me it kind of hones it more into at least some sort of structure. Maybe it's not a family structure, but it's a structure, a network of where these friendships or situations could lie. And I'm thinking that Nine of Wands is just saying that there's sort of like a resignation to just weathering the storm, that maybe there's an ongoing tension or an ongoing nobody really wins, nobody really loses. It's sort of like a sort of stalemate.
Well, and that's an interesting point here. If you're looking for love and something to open up for you, then, we got to let some of this go. I feel like you're at war with yourself a little bit. That you've had some issues of past pain, you've been through things before, and you want to just... you're prepared for what's coming next. And why are you always preparing yourself for heartbreak? It seems like there's a revelation here that, you're dwelling more on some negative aspects with love and relationships. And that's maybe what's coming.
So really, this sort of says that there just needs to be more attention put towards the idea of creating harmony in yourself, looking to find trustworthiness in other people or romances,
right,
rather than looking at the bad excuses of past or the bad situations of how you look at maybe what was modeled for you, your family, relationships in your family. Maybe you just see people around you who didn't have good relationships, whether they were in your family or not, and that sort of impresses upon you the idea that there's a failure rate as well as a success rate. So it is kind of 50-50. You want to position yourself to maybe be more proactive.
This is interesting. I've got the
woman.
Yeah. Okay. So that, and then I've got the
scythe.
The scythe, but the scythe is not pointing towards the woman in this case. And so I'm beginning to think here, you're at a point now where you want to cut your losses. You want better things, and you're willing to remove people or situations from your life that are not healthy for you. So I think that this is saying that, right now you're looking at ways to minimize pain and loss in your life, and you have those backwards again? Or?
I do.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
do. That's okay. Basically that you have to think in terms of how to cut some of these feelings of, that if I get involved with somebody, it's going to end up badly.
I think the scythe aligns a little bit with this Nine of Wands character.
Yeah.
And so I think that this is saying that rather than trying to find things to tear down, that maybe you should just use it to just be a little bit more defensive and less outreaching or offensive.
And I think that Two of Cups came up for a reason, Angel Mary. I do think something positive is going to grow, but, you're going to have to open yourself up more and let go of some past pain in order for that to take place. Because I love that card in this deck. It just seems so nice. It really does.
So focus on that one more.
Yes, focus on what can be gained,
Because it's upright and it really does talk about relationships.
Hey, that's what we have for you, Angel Mary.
Alrighty.
Good luck with that. And let's see. We are on Sanjib. You are up. And Esoterics, and then Dr. V, Zanab, Sonali, and Divine You. I don't know. I really stumbled through that one, Mr. O. I usually don't have that big a problem with love readings, so
I know
I'm not sure
you're
what
not
the
bad
problem
with those.
was
So
here. I had a thought, and sometimes when something pops in, if you don't say it right away, it's kind of. The moment is lost.
did I interrupt you at the wrong moment with my own observations?
Well, no, I think you went at the right time, but because we focused on one card instead of going through, I think I had something ready to go and I just lost
You're welcome,
it.
Angel Mary. You're welcome.
Apologize for that, Angel Mary. Feels a little messy. Dr. V, you are up. And then Zaneb, Sonali, and Divine You. No, Sanjib.
We were waiting for Sanjib.
Sanjib, you are up. I'm sorry. Dr. V is after Sanjib. Who needs the nap now? Must be me. Are you typing it in?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm not sure if I'm spelling it wrong, so sorry if I misspelled Sanjib's name.
No, you did right.
Okay.
You're welcome. You're very welcome, Angel Mary, anytime.
So I'm not so sure Sanjib is here.
Yeah, I think we have to move on again.
We could go into Dr. Victor then.
Okay, Dr. V, you are up. And then we have Zanab, Sonali, Divine You, and Sanjib if they've returned. Oh, Esoterics is in here somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Who's next?
Esoterics, you are next, and then Dr. V. I'm sorry.
Oops.
Oh my gosh. Oops.
Oh, and just to make it worse.
What? Okay, Sanjib. We'll do you first, and then Esoterics. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay, Sanjib, then Esoterics, and then Dr. V, and then Zanab.
Meanwhile, it's a good time to tell you that TFT is advertising for a non-paying position for traffic manager.
So, Dr. V, don't worry. We'll get to your question, but not quite yet. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I'm going to use these. Career reading.
Long day.
We are sorry. We apologize. But hold your thoughts,
Okay,
please.
so career reading for Sanjib. Yeah, there is a delay in the chat. We know.
Sorry.
We try to hold out a bit, but after a bit we gotta say move on. But thank you for being patient with us.
If you are.
Yeah, we lost a few followers lately. I'm kind of disappointed.
Well,
Come on, YouTube. What's up? I gotta put some more promos out there, I guess. All right.
Okay. So 3 cards. The Two of Cups.
Wow, is that coming up a lot? Yeah.
The 8 of Coins. reversed. Two of Cups was not reversed. It was upright. And then finally we have the Five of Swords reversed. So this was about career, right?
Yeah, well, most of it seems career relatable. The Two of Cups could talk about a partnership or just coworkers, some situation where people, are close-knit, working together. It seems on the surface to be positive, but I'm not sure if it's just saying as far as your coworkers go or people in your workplace.
I'm going to suggest that some of the career options you may be hearing about, you may want to really look into, because I feel like there are some workplaces that have some harmony, but then there are some workplaces that have a bit of divisiveness.
Next job. I didn't see that. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Your next job could be a partnership. Your next job could be working in tandem with someone potentially.
But if you have other people that you're handling, or that there may be some sort of sense of a divisive kind of workplace or an environment that is a little bit stressful, or maybe there's a little bit of animosity going on.
Yeah, I didn't say it would go well.
Yeah. It's also seeming to suggest, too, that there's a couple things. Like maybe you're in a business that does things, that repairs things. Maybe it repairs physical things, but maybe it does reparative other things, software or reparative counseling or different things. Or it is also indicating that maybe there is going to be some general situation where people are going to look at quality issues in the work.
Well, I feel that, if you do get involved in a partnership, just be careful. It looks like at any rate that you might be, if it's not a partnership, you'll be working on some sort of team. And, there may be an unfairness in this team with the distribution of work, or maybe some people trying to get more credit for the work, isn't it for themselves as opposed to the team. I kind of get that with the Five of Swords and the Eight of Discs
Good
reversed.
way to combine them, yeah.
Yeah. So I do think there's a little bit of backbiting on this job. It's not going to be a totally happy environment, but it seems like it's somewhere where teamwork is involved in some way. It could be in management or industry. It could be...
I'm getting the feeling that you're part of the leading team here, or in a partnership situation of some sort, but it's the other workers around, or the other influences in the situation, where maybe there's some give and flow with attitudes or other agendas or things like that.
Yeah, Sanjib, I don't know. I see your question or your comments there, so we'll try to get going.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I feel that there's something up though with this new position that it merits looking into. So I'm not sure. Like the next job that you get, that it's going to be a lasting job. You may only be there a short period
Another
of time.
possibility is that maybe these are the two aspects, and that this is you not necessarily having an easy time dealing with people who maybe are honest partners, and then people who are maybe divisive.
Are you stuck there, or do you feel like you're stuck there right now? We have the Anchor card, which sometimes is good. The Anchor can be about security as well as kind of being stuck in place. But
it could be also, too, that you might need to examine things, to stick around to examine things, or to focus somewhere.
And then I have the Home card. This is actually about the house. But what it could mean, of course, I don't know if you're working at home like many people are right now, but it's almost as if, you're feeling like the sense of that, maybe you're stuck there because you feel secure, like this is your security, or maybe it's too risky to move on right now. But you're not even clear that that's the right place for you to be.
I don't know that if it's the actual concept of the home that you're stuck in, but that it is of the situation, right?
Well, I meant that,
right.
Right.
The job, or the actual situation you're in.
Our jobs are like our second home, really. We
Exactly, yeah.
So much time there.
So something may be holding you there, or you have a strong feeling that you feel that you're held there. And it could be, too, that maybe what that card was saying then is that you realize you have to really build up your skills or perfect your skills in order to be more viable somewhere else, maybe to be that partner or more in charge, or maybe to get a handle on the divisiveness that's in that situation.
So it is interesting, Sandra, because I almost get the feeling that this is talking about your current position and not a future one, just looking at this.
I think their last comment makes that sort of sound like that.
Yeah, I've been looking here and I see what you're saying, and so I'm almost getting that feeling. What's the bottom card on the deck you used?
Okay, and it is the Four of Discs or Pentacles reversed. And this sort of says like maybe letting something go, or it might be saying that you might feel that from a viewpoint of material rewards versus other rewards, the material rewards may not seem so worth it to you, that you may feel like, well, material wise, maybe there's not really too much of a change if you did let go, or if you did make a different move.
Yeah, well,
Maybe?
I'm getting feeling that the cards are not giving me a clear direction on your future career. I think that what it is saying, though, is maybe it's this time for you to consider letting it go. We should try this again for you sometime in the future.
Yeah, let's do it in the future.
Because for now, I think the cards are looking at the present situation, and it is saying it's time to let it go and move on to something else. And maybe then, we can get a better, clearer perspective. I'm not saying you have to let go of the job first. You should never let go until you're ready.
Well, the preponderance of the material signs, the discs there, and the anchor sort of makes it feel like there's certain financial things that are holding you there, or that are your considerations. So you may, like we said, want to review this again maybe in a few weeks or whenever to see how things may have changed.
Yeah. I think we're all kind of stuck right now with the,
so true,
COVID and everything going on.
Isn't it kind of true for everyone in a way?
But I wish you luck, Sanjib. Good luck with that.
Luck,
and
Sanjib.
Thanks for hanging out with us. I know it's late where you're at. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Esoterics,
you
are
up.
With honest, it's your turn. And then Dr. V. I'm so sorry I messed up the list, guys. But anyway.
And this cat is totally sacked here. We're going to do the Sunny cam. We haven't done that in a little while, or at least before today.
Oops.
And Sunny is like totally snoozed out there. Look at that.
It's the catnip. So instead of just finding a nice, comfortable place to lay, it
had to be with us. He gave us a coma. I'm going to type in esoterics just to see if they're around. Maybe they aren't.
Well, remember, there is a delay, and yeah, got to be mindful of that. That's when we should do more chit-chat, Mr. O.
More chit-chat?
In between.
So just a little reminder that my own weekly show, Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges, did recently drop Friday. So check that out if you're interested in emotional situations in your life. But also Banshee's Material Matters, which is the material corollary to that, was on this morning. Both of those were on 10 a.m. Friday and Sunday mornings. And also this week, I'm going to be showing my first time ever Goth Tarot, which will be a different kind of look at tarot card reading. All right.
Oh, I wonder if Esoterics has left us. Esoterics!
We're going to probably consider that they did not stick with us, but we appreciate dropping in. I know we'll probably check you out later.
Okay, well, let's do Dr. V's question then.
Absolutely. So it's your turn.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
And thank you, everyone, for being here this afternoon.
Wow, you just made the time fly by.
Yes, you do. Time has no meaning here.
Well, not anymore. Retired.
We just need some catnip or something like this one. The Sunny.
Yeah, I wish there was the adult corollary for sleep. Because melatonin is not quite it. All right.
All right, Dr. Victor, we are going to do your reading now. Thank you for waiting, too.
All right. Let's see what we have here. So how are we doing this? Did I even know?
I thought it was just the general three
Well,
cards.
it's how do they feel? It's two different people, though.
Oh, okay. So then we should probably do it like the the two. Okay, yeah.
Do you want to do 3 for each and just see what they say?
Sure.
Okay, so this is about AA first.
Okay.
We have the 2 of Wands, and it's reversed.
Reversed.
The King of Wands is...
Whoops. I am so sorry. 2 of Wands reversed. The King of Wands reversed. And then we have a 4 of Wands, right?
Yes.
And that one's upright.
Okay, so let's tackle that first.
That's
this is
AA.
about AA. So AA, the 2 of Wands reversed, the King of Wands reversed.
Is this person more likely involved in business ventures with you? And I'm wondering if maybe there's delays or breakdowns
Now I'm yawning. Thanks.
in the relationship, or there are indecisions or possible changes, feelings about working with the person maybe. Maybe there was the sense that they were more masterful about certain things, and that maybe now you're finding that they're not. But yet, still with the 4 of Wands, there's a reason to sort of feel like success is possible, but it just sort of seems like some of their abilities or skills, or maybe is this how they think about you? That's what you asked. So maybe they're questioning their work with you. What do you think, Banshee?
Well, I don't know. It does look like there's some disappointments in performance of some sort. Maybe that...
Other than that, though.
Other than that, obviously, I feel like they feel you fit in there, that you fit in. That, I think, is the 4 of Wands. But there's some disappointment either in performance or expectations of some sort, if that makes sense to you. It may not be performance, but some type of expectations.
Well, the thing I feel is that they, like Banshee says, I think they like you, but they feel like they need to bring you up to a certain level that they haven't been able to yet, or that you haven't been able to yet.
Okay, so that's AA, but what about OD. So for OD...
Thank you, my sweet Christina.
Oh, take care, see you soon.
Okay, so on OE? OD, we have the 4 of Cups reversed.
The 5 of Wands upright.
The 5 of Wands upright.
And the Moon reversed.
And the Moon reversed.
So basically, looking at this, the 4 of Cups reversed indicates to me there's some movement here, some movement as far in competition.
Well, this, yeah.
You know, it's fast movement. Whatever's happening is kind of aggressive, but not necessarily bad. It could be healthy, but I mean, I think it's fast moving and it's kind of jarring. 5s are kind of funny cards sometimes, and I feel... Go ahead.
I think there's something covert going on. I think there's something secretive going on. I'm not sure on whose end it is. It may be possible, though, that it's coming to light, or that you are aware of it and it's coming to light. I don't know how exactly it deals with the other cards, the movement things. Maybe it is that you've gotten a clue, or that they have this is about another person, about you. So maybe other people think there's something about you they need to uncover. And or maybe they sort of see a little bit of a duality in your nature, like they sort of see a focus that's more general, and then they sort of see something that maybe is a little bit more random in a way.
So I feel like maybe that's right, because it's OD and what they think of you. And I feel like, I wonder if they want to move you in some way. This Four of Cups is reversed, like give you another opportunity. Like maybe they feel you're ready for something bigger or better. And also that the fact that they see this kind of, I don't want to say aggressive or competitive, but it's kind of like that. They feel like you're a real go-getter, and that you can stir things up. That Five of Wands upright. And I think you're going to find out something about this soon.
Well,
I think the moon is revealing this to you.
Considering what Dr. V said, it's kind of interesting because the former is number 1 and the latter is number 2. And it does sort of feel like they sort of have some mixed opinions. Right. So this could also just be saying that they see different values in you. They don't exactly agree on the values in you, but they do see values in you. They're just not exactly the same thing between them, or not quite the same thing.
So it's interesting because on the one hand, somebody sees you might be ready for some different stage, or some different opportunity, while another doesn't seem to think so.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, I guess. So let's throw a letter on and see what that tells us. And thank you for that feedback too. That helped a little bit. But I had a feeling when the cards came out that these were your business people, possibly.
I think this is just going to talk in general about the situation. Let's see what we got. Since everybody's working together. Seems like there's a competitive angle to things, too, at that five.
Even so, maybe with some of the other stuff, the King of Wands could be competitive. When reversed, he could be a little bit, snipey or something. Okay, so we have mountains, which is struggles. And we have the Child. Which
can be one of two things, Dr. V. It's like things moving slowly because there's setbacks or obstacles in your path, or that there is small steps traversing these obstacles. In other words, there may be these differences of opinion, and it may take a little bit of time for it all to work itself out. Right. I'm thinking that it's more the latter of what Banshee said, because I think it sort of coincides with the other things I saw, and the idea that really they're trying to bring you, or this person, AA, may be trying to build you up more because of what they want you to do. And so it is a matter of them looking at this as a longer range goal for them, as well as for you too, that you're all building each other, and or that they're building you for this company or this situation's needs. The moon itself is kind of an idea of cycles, because of course moons have cycles. And so this is an idea, I think too, that overall the perspective is good. It just may be more randomness and more slower movement than you might have been expecting. And that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Dr. V. Thank you for being here. So, we have Zainab. Are you still with us? If you are, it is your turn. And we are ready. And after that would be Divine You, Esoterics. Oh, I'm not so sure, Austin. It's possible, Austin, because there may be nobody left but one person, so hang in there and we'll see. You're welcome, Dr. Victor. Is anybody here that didn't get a reading besides Austin, who's just come in, and Zainab? Like Divine You, Esoterics. And Esoterics. We did Sanjib, right? We did Sanjib. Zainab, did we lose you? If so... Oh, and Sonali, too, was the other one, right, that didn't get a reading? Maybe. Yeah. Okay, Austin, give us your reading. Give us your question, Austin, right now. Yep, you're up, Austin. Right now. Keep these tarot readers busy. Because a tarot reader with idle hands, you just never know what will happen.
I'll be pulling the devil out of my my book here, my picture book.
Spirit reading, absolutely.
All right, here we go.
Is that my turn or yours?
It should be mine, but we can let you go.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to use my Mermaid Tarot for this one.
Okay.
The spirit reading for Mr. or Miss Austin. And there you go, dear.
Now, when I put my Lenormand back, I'm still going to need those. Hello. Okay. Spirit reading.
And the Sunman is with us today. Sunman. He who has hair flying around everywhere. So this is going to be a great week for me. I'm going to go and get my bridge worked on, my dental bridge.
And he's going to make an appointment for his vaccination. If he can get in, because there's so many people trying to get in on this list.
Woohoo.
Lucky him. I have to wait.
I hear all kinds of people are not waiting, so how do you know? Well, because we're good doobies. Pretty much. Spirit reading. So we have the 10 of Swords reversed.
We've had almost every 10 today.
We have a Knave or the Page of Swords. That one's upright. And then we have the World.
Ooh.
And that is upright.
So that's a 10. Did you say that's a 10 of Swords reversed?
I did. The 10 of Swords reversed.
Wow. So I guess, Austin, Spirit is trying to tell you, hang in there. The worst is over. Things are starting to change now, and things are going to get better. I feel that they're just trying to encourage you that the darkness is passing. There's a small pinprick of light starting to reveal itself. And basically, you are ready to start moving forward, maybe in a new direction, maybe in a direction where you might get more communication from Spirit even, I feel. That Knave of Swords is about communication. So I get that a little bit. What do you think?
You know what? I don't know if you're a young person or an old person or somewhere in between, but I think Spirit is saying seize the day. The World card is sort of the sign of perfection in the making or perfection that has happened. And so I'm thinking that it's saying seize the day, seize the sword that you hold, the abilities you have, your will, your power, and reverse the forces against you, or that you are going to be.
Right,
That these challenges you may have had will be put to the sword, more or less, and the world will be yours. So I really think that the Spirit is saying your initiative and your ability to work on what besets you is your key to taking the world.
Right. I think a positive time is coming for you, but it's just a matter of, it getting off the ground and starting. And that comes from you too. It's like Mr. O said, we're not sure, where you are, what stage of life you are in, but this could indicate to me that maybe it's time to choose a different course in some area of your life that will bring you success. If you have felt failure, in the way you've been doing things, or in a career path or in studies, maybe it's time to move in a more constructive direction towards your goals. The world seems to indicate, and Spirit is telling you, it's out there. You're able. It's out there within reach. Your goals, your attainment, your dreams.
Something compelled me to pull the bottom card, which we've been doing with some readings, and I pulled the Ace of Chalices reversed, and I'm going to say that this card says, Spirit says, have a change of heart. Change your heart. Change what it is your heart desires. Think of something else your heart desires, and and set some of your goals towards that. It could also be saying too that if there were recently downturns in relationship status or the things that brought you pleasure, this may change, this may pass.
All right.
I hope that means you liked it. We have 2 more cards. We have the card of the Lady,
which just could be your card. It's hard to say, unless you and the 5 is the Tree, which the tree is about taking care of yourself. I feel here that maybe this is a call that Spirit is telling you it's time to really take care of yourself, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally.
Well, it really is about growth too. So it's really saying that maybe what Spirit is saying is like, look for those opportunities for growth. Look for ways to seize the day, challenge the world, overturn the bad forces, the change of heart, maybe about what it is that's really important to you. I mean, maybe you have room for more than one thing in your heart, but maybe there is something that it is time to change your mind on that. Maybe it no longer brings you pleasure. Maybe you need to focus on your growth instead of something else.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what we have for you, Austin. Good luck with that.
All right, Austin. Thank you for coming.
And I think that's it, unless somebody else has popped back in the room. It looks like a very low, so we're probably going to say our farewells.
You mean we're actually done exactly on time?
Oh my gosh, it's 4:01. What the heck happened?
We didn't have Gina.
Oh, I don't blame Gina at all.
No, I blame us. It's just because Gina makes us get gabby.
Gab. Which is a good thing. We like to gab.
But we like to gab with a lot of people, so it's not just Gina, of course.
So anyway, everybody, and besides, Sunny is totally blocking my chat. Thank you, Sunny. I know, no overtime, Angel. I feel like just hanging out for 15 minutes.
Thanks, Austin. Thanks, Angel. We deserve a break once in a while.
So anyway, we're going to say farewell, and hopefully everybody has a great week ahead. Let's hope we have a peaceful week ahead in this country. No more problems, and we get through to January 20th in one piece.
And we'll be back on Thursday. Don't forget to check out...
You cut me off.
What?
You cut me off.
It's what I do.
And just that we all come together again once this is over. I can keep hope alive, can't I?
Goth Tarot?
Yes, do watch Mr. O's program. When is it coming out again?
Wednesday at 3 p.m.
All right. Be there or be square. We'll see you, everybody.
Bye-bye.